The car that I'm going to be reviewing today is a really special one and one that is very challenging to find in India in particular. I'll give a hint. It's a VRS, which stands for Victory Rally Sport. Now, for those of you who don't know, VRS is Skoda's performance division. I might have given away a bit too much. Anyways, please do subscribe to our channel because we have loads of amazing and crazy cars that are going to be featured on this channel very soon. And other than that, there's nothing much you need to know before I start the review, except for the fact that I'm Shyam Anand and you're watching Hyper Automobiles. It's called the Mark 1 Skoda Octavia VRS Combi, with Combi in Skoda nomenclature standing for the estate. From the front, it looks almost identical when compared to its VRS sedan sibling. There's absolutely no fakery whatsoever. You have a very simple yet aggressive VRS bumper that accommodates the huge air dams. I must say that these silver AVA wheels look absolutely stunning. And as for braking, you of course get all 4 disc brakes. There are also massive windows and body colored door handles. When you move on to the rear of the car, you notice the extended bodywork because it is of course the Combi, the estate. Now, an interesting fact to note is that the estate was less than 15 millimeters longer than the sedan itself. At the rear, you get the classic Skoda halogen tail lamps and a rear wiper that is placed on a rather massive rear windshield that provides you with great visibility. Now, coming to the interior of the 2006 Mark 1 Skoda Octavia VRS Combi. So what I noticed is that when you're getting in, you're descending quite a lot, and that means you're sitting very close to the ground, and I like it. According to me, the seating position is fairly sporty. The seats themselves have been cushioned very well according to me, and I really like the tartan finish on the seats too. The layout of the dash, I must say, is really very clean and functional. This car has an aftermarket Pioneer infotainment system and completely analog instrument cluster and a no-nonsense steering wheel. It just has the wheel itself and the horn. Now coming to the practicality of the VRS, I have my 1 liter Hyper water bottle here with me, with which I'm going to test out the door bins. So as you can see, no, it cannot fit a 1 liter water bottle, so it's meant for, I think, tissue papers, etc. The glove box over here, as you can see, has a reasonable amount of space. You also get a 1-panel electric glass sunroof. Moving on to the rear seats of the Mark 1 VRS Combi, as you can see, I have a good amount of headroom, to be honest, but my knee room is not that great and leg room is kind of compromised. And there's also quite a bit of a hump on the floor, so seating 3 people in the back might not be such a good idea unless the middle person is a minor. Other than that though, you get grab handles, you get a massive window, tiny door bins, and believe me, they're really very small. Some magazine holders that are fairly deep behind the drivers and the front passenger seats. And finally, some storage below the center armrest. The tailgate, as you can see, opens very wide and loading things is fairly easy too. Once you open the tailgate, you are presented with 548 liters of boot space. And believe me, that's a lot. That is huge. It's a very healthy amount of boot space for an estate. So you can basically carry 4 of your mates and your weekend's luggage on a road trip. Now coming to the engine of the VRS Combi, so what you get here is the engine before the TSI era, so it's basically a T engine. The engine you get here is a beautiful 1.8 liter turbocharged inline 4 petrol engine, the T engine, that when stock produces 150 horsepower and 210 newton meters of torque. However, this car is not stock. It has been tuned to stage 2 and so it produces close to 240 horsepower and close to 400 newton meters of torque. And an amazing thing about this engine is that it still gets aftermarket support to this day. Now let's talk to the owner of the car, Mr. Prasanth. Mr. Prasanth, hi. Tell us what you think about your awesome VRS Combi.
First of all, thanks. Like I'm about to say, this Combi is a very rare car in India. There are just 200 cars which were sold here, and right now there are just 9 to 10 cars in the country which is in running condition, I think. And this one is a 1.8T, spec to stage 2 by DELTAA performance. And I got a host of mods in this. Other than that, it's a pretty much a niche car to own, I think, because station wagons are not that much popular in India. Owning a rare car, it excites me a lot.
Very true. Thank you so much, Mr. Prasanth. Now it's time to get on with the verdict of the car. Coming to the final verdict of the VRS Combi, so one major downside is reliability. As I said, this engine, the 1.8T engine, was the engine before the TSI era, and the 1.8T engine that is in the Combi inherently has a lot of issues like timing issues, vacuum hoses going bad, etc. Also, acquiring parts for the car is pretty tough because it is a CBU and it is, of course, a combi. It's not all negative though, because you can carry 4 people at a time. Although the people in the rear seats will not be that comfortable, you can carry 4 people at the same time, throw in a weekend full of luggage, and take it out on a road trip. Also, because it's a tuner friendly car, get behind the wheel and you're going to have a lot of fun. It's a pure driver's machine. That's what I think of the Mark 1 ŠKODA Octavia VRS Combi. Let us know what you think about it in the comments below. And as always, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel because we have loads of interesting cars coming in the next few episodes. So yeah, stay tuned. Thank you all so much for watching. See you next week. Goodbye.